Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important basic element of HTML forms, where we will learn about output element. Okay, so by the end of this session, we will be able to understand what is output element, why do we use output element, what are the structure and syntax that we are supposed to follow in order to implement output element in HTML forms. Okay, and in the end we will also discuss how we can identify whether it is working perfectly or not. Basically we are going to verify the output. Okay, so let's start the session. And before we start the session, let me recommend you one thing. Like, if you have not watched previously released session, then you can firstly watch those session, because this entire playlist are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be very easy for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being we are just focusing on the part which is related to output. Okay, so I think now we are good to start. And here you can see, as usual, like I have kept one question for all of you, and this is kind of assignment for you to find out why do we use label element in HTML form. So if you don't know the answer, it's completely okay. You can refer one of our previous session where we have already discussed this topic in detailed manner. But in case if you know the answer, then I request you to please do share your knowledge in the comment section, so that those who don't know the answer, they can directly refer it from your comments. Okay, and it will also help you to recall all those concepts that we have learned so far, because we are going to learn many other things in the upcoming session. So it's better to practice time by time and recall the things. Okay, fine. And those who will provide the consistent correct answer will be spotlighted in the upcoming sessions for sure. So let's start the session. So here what we are going to do, we are going to create one simple form. But before that, you can see I have just created a simple HTML page with one heading, HTML by Sharmit. If I show you the output of this code, so it is coming like this, HTML by Sharmit. Now as we are learning everything in terms of forms, so let's create one simple form. So here I will write form, then we will create one button, because in form we need one button to submit the data. So let's give the name submit, and the type is also submit. Clear? So we have just added one button. But at the moment, if I show you the code output, so on browser it is showing just one button, but if someone tries to click on this button, it will do nothing. Why? Because we have not specified the action yet. So let's specify the action here. Here I will pass the page stspgm10.html, which will be populated when user click on this submit now. Okay, so once I click on submit, it take me to this stspgm10.html program. All right, fine. So we have just added one HTML form with one basic button. Now let's put one heading here on the top, so that everyone can understand what we are learning today. So output element in HTML forms. Okay, output element in HTML forms. Now save it and refresh the code. So after refreshing the code, you can see it is showing output element in HTML forms. So let's discuss the definition. Why do we need output element? So output element is mainly used to provide the output by performing some kind of calculation. Okay, so when you want to show some output result after performing some set of some kind of what we can say the calculation, then in that case we will utilize the output element. Now we will discuss how we can use it. So let's understand one requirement first, and then we will write the code from scratch. So suppose we want to provide a web page through which user can perform the addition of two number. So we will take input two values, and then we will perform the calculation, and then output will be shown through output element. So let's start. So firstly what we will do, we will accept one number from user. So let's write here input tag. Here I will put the type as number, because we are going to receive number. After number we will write here ID, because ID we would need to reference it. Okay, so let's say first number. Okay, then we will give another thing which is name. So name would be the same first number. It is not mandatory to keep same, but it's better to keep same, because we are going to refer both the things at a time. So first number and then we can put one placeholder here. So here I will write enter first number. Fine. So let's save it and see the output. So it is coming like this. Perfect. So if user put anything here, submit, it will take to this next page. Fine. Likewise, we will create another input field for second number. So let's create the same. Here I'll write input type. Firstly close it. Now we can write type number, ID as second number, then name would be second number, and then we will put the placeholder. So in placeholder we will write enter second number. Alright, so we have just added two input field. One is for accepting the first number and second one is for accepting the second number. Now if I put two number here and click on submit, you can see both number has been transferred to this page because we are using by default get method. So it is taking the values and showing it in the URL. But this was not only our requirement, right? Now we want to perform some calculations. So to perform some calculation, let's write one label here. So I'll write here label. What label will do, that is a question for you, so I'm not going to explain it here, but you can find out and do some research, although it is very simple, but you can find it out. Okay, for now here I'm writing result in for, and here I will write something like this, sum. Okay, fine. So we have added this. Now it's time to add output element. So for this we will write here output, and in output we will write name would be result only. Okay, so let's write result, and in this output area we will put one more attribute which is for. So why we have kept this for? Because this for will it will take the reference from these two numbers, first number and second number, which we have specified in ID. So make sure your this value should be matched with your ID. Okay, so what it will do, it will perform the output by referring these two value, and initially it will show the output as 0. Okay, let's save it and refresh your code. So right now if I put some values like 3 and 2, you can see it is not changing anything here. Why? Because so far we have not used anything for it. Now here we have two things. Remember one thing, to perform some kind of calculation we have two options. Either we can do some client side coding, or we can do some server side scripting, right? So if we talk about server side, then maybe when we will learn about PHP and JavaScript, at that time we will see how we can perform the server side scripting. But for time being we are using client side scripting, because although we are going to use event related to JavaScript, but it is quite simple. So let me show you how we can use it. Okay, so for that just go in the form action part, means form tag, and here write on input. Okay, and after writing on input you can define your logic. So here we will write result dot value, and after that we will write equal parse int, not int, it's int, and then you can write a dot value. So we not a, the first number value dot first number dot value. Okay, likewise we will add plus symbol here and add the second value. So for second value we will write here parse int, and after int we will write here second number dot value. So what it will do now, it will immediately show the output. Let me save it, refresh it. So if I write here 1, okay, something is wrong in our logic because it is not. Let me check if I have copied it correctly. First number should be this, and second number should be this. Let's save it and refresh it, because once it is added successfully it will directly show me the output, but right now it is not showing me. Let me check what is wrong here. So on input we have kept result dot value, which is correct. Then parse int first number 1 dot value, that is also correct, plus parse input, parse integer second number dot value, and this close, and this is okay, right? So maybe something we are doing wrong here. Let me check what is it. So first number is there, second number is there. Then in for we have kept first number and second number, that is also correct. Yes, it is correct, and then submit. So maybe something is wrong with code. Let me try again. 1 2 and submit. So you can see 1 and 2 is moved, but we are going to look why it is not saving the output here. So maybe see something we have missed. Let me check it. Okay, let's check it again. Okay, yeah, I got my point. The issue is with spelling. You can see here we have put wrong spelling here. It should be result. Okay, so it should be result, and same thing here, it should be result. Okay, let's save it and try if it works now. So if I write here 1, so now you can see just after typing 1 it is showing NaN. Why? Because we are trying to add 1 and there is nothing as a number, right? So let's add number. Once I put any number here, it will be changed to this. So 15 plus 4 is 19, which is correct. 4 plus 1 is 5. So immediately it is showing us the output. Okay, so this is the advantage of using on input. Now if you click on the submit, it will not show your output here. Why? Because for processing it here on server side, we do need either PHP or JavaScript coding. But for now we are just focusing on the HTML part. That's why I'm not going to show you the output here. Okay, but here, but just after adding this line, I have just showed you the output on this place only. Okay, so this is again a event of JavaScript, but yes, we can utilize it if you just want to show the output of addition of two number or maybe any other calculation. Clear? So I think this session is clear to all of you, and now I request you to please do share of your knowledge in the comment section so that others can take a reference from it, and it will also help you to learn and prepare for the interviews and exam. Okay, so please do share, and those who will provide the consistent correct answer will be spotlighted in the upcoming sessions for sure. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.